Hello all and welcome to another Parry's Pickups. I know it's been quite some time, but we're back again and we're starting here today, which is my relatively new bookcase. So we're going to take a look down here at a couple of games I've picked up recently. Now I say bookcase, it's actually mostly CDs until you get up to this point here. We're going to talk briefly about a fighting game I picked up, brand new and sealed, for the, it's not that one. Which one is it? Here it is. So it's called Shadow Struggle, and I've yet to play it, so I'm looking forward to giving this a go. So down here we have the few PS3 games I've actually got in the flat currently. I have a few more than this, but as I say, they're not available to me at the moment. But I did pick up a couple of games I actually already own the 360. Now it's very rare that I'll do this, but the first one is Soul Calibur 5. I love Soul Calibur. It's no surprise to anybody. And the other one is Tekken 6. You know, they're not rare or obscure in any way, but the ones I wanted to add to my PS3 collection. Okay, so now we've actually moved over to my wardrobe, which is where I keep my PSP games. Now everybody's got to keep their PSP games in the wardrobe. It's obviously the best place for them. So here we are, the majority of my PSP collection, although I do think I have a few others elsewhere. You may wonder what I picked up recently. Well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to keep it brief. I don't want to keep going on in these videos. But yeah, Call of Duty Road to Victory. It plays well. I don't mind using the D-pad as the second analog stick for these first-person shooters. That is pretty good. As is Cars Racerama. You wouldn't necessarily say or think that the Cars games are any good, but actually the ones I've played are. So if you just like racing games, or even better if you are a fan of the film, the Cars games on most formats are really good. Dead or Alive Paradise is another one I picked up recently to add to the Dead or Alive collection. Let's move them across for a moment. F1 World Grand Prix. Didn't have an F1 game for the PSP. This one plays pretty nice. It's by Traveller's Tales, believe it or not. Let's move along a bit more. I'm trying to remind myself actually, because I've been quite into the PSP recently, so I did pick up a few games. Okay, Medal of Honor Heroes, again like Call of Duty, this plays really well and was exclusive to the PSP for a while, but eventually received a Wii port. It's a good game. Again, I would recommend that one. And then Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes 2. It's more of a 2D fighting game than I was expecting. It's not bad. Subtitled The Phantom Fortress. And but I've not really got to grips with the fighting in that yet. It's going to take a little bit of adjusting to. Moving across, what else have we got? Yes, so I finally got a physical copy of Soul Calibur. Oh, I do fall over. Broken Destiny to add to the Soul Calibur collection. As you can see, yeah, I'm looking at getting a few more Soul Caliburs as of late. But while I'm in here, I have picked up Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, a £5 brand new from Argos. When I was last in Argos, I found that and thought, why not give it a go? So we're back here again, the old place where we used to begin these videos. Back here we have the Xbox One games, and there's been at least one addition I think to the collection, that is No Straight Roads, which isn't quite as good as I was hoping it would be, but it's got a cool art style at least. And here's the cupboard where I keep the PS4 games. So in here we have something new, I'm pretty sure of it. What is it? I can't remember now, it's been so long. Of course, I streamed it. It's Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, which is a very good 2D/3D fighter. I say it's 2D because it plays like a 2D fighter, but the characters are rendered in 3D. It's that same graphical style, or even same engine that was used for Dragon Ball Fighters and for Guilty Gear. So, what have I been playing recently? Well, first of all, we're going to talk about new Pokémon Snap for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I love the original and many fond memories playing that. I was exactly the right age for it as well. The height of the Pokemon phenomenon. It was also quite a unique game. And thankfully this one retains that feel. It's a proper sequel. It doesn't change stuff drastically, although it does make some improvements to the formula. The whole collecting the photos and organising them is a lot better in this game. They also add in a few extra bits and pieces. For example, the luminous Pokemon. I think they're called luminous Pokemon. Could be wrong. That, of course, wasn't the original. The day and night thing. So you'll visit each level in day and night time. It's not quite as streamlined as the original Pokemon Snap. Obviously, it's trying to offer a bit more for your money. I don't know if necessarily Pokemon Snap, it was the original N64 game. If it was to be released today, it'd probably be criticised for being a relatively short game. But I never thought that was a bad thing. I thought it was just right, the original Pokemon Snap. This is a lot more layers to it, and some pretty no-brainer tutorials which are unnecessary in my opinion. I don't think things need to be, simple things in a game like this need to be explained so much as they are here. It also features cutscenes, and I'm not the biggest fan of long written dialogues in video games. I wouldn't say they're extremely long, but it's long enough to sort of become a little tiresome when you just kind of want to get on with the photography. And I would say revisiting the levels twice and then doing the luminous Pokemon thing as well is just kind of stretching out a little bit too much, because I've played this not much, but I've played it a reasonable amount and I've still only done the first section, the first area. I think if this game had grabbed me more, I will be coming back to it more often. But however, when I do pick the game up and play it, I enjoy it. So it's a good game, but I don't know if Pokemon Snap necessarily, well, I was going to say it didn't necessarily need a sequel, but maybe if it did have a sequel, it should have been even closer to the original and more streamlined, perhaps. But this is pretty close, and I don't think we could have asked for much more than this. It's just not appealing to me now in the same way it appealed to me years ago when I first played it. So mixed feelings about new Pokemon Snap. Now it's a little early to critique it, in all honesty, because I have only played it for probably an hour and a half or something like that. So I'd probably better formulating my opinions on this with a bit more playtime. But that's an initial first thoughts on new Pokemon Snap. Tell me what you think of the game in the comments. The next thing I want to talk about is a game that I've been looking forward to for a very long time, and that is Biomutant. I picked this game up digitally for the Xbox format, I guess you have to say, because this game was designed for a PS4 and Xbox One. I've been playing it on the Xbox Series S, so I cannot comment on any other versions of the game, but the Series S version I'd say is very good, technically speaking. Now the game's been something I've had my eye on for a while, as I was saying, and it's got all those sort of things that appeal to me. First of all, I like the fact you're not a human protagonist. You know, these kind of animal or creature protagonists are usually saved for platform games. So to get a game which is essentially like a Breath of the Wild open world experience, where you're playing as a creature as opposed to a human, is particularly appealing to me. It also contains cool action gameplay, which I am a big fan of. I enjoy a good third-person action game. So you combine a third-person action game with an open-world Breath of the Wild type game, and then in turn you add these layers of customization on top and crafting, which to me seem have most in common with the Fallout series, which is a series I've only recently got quite into and really been enjoying playing Fallout 76 with friends online. So it's got a lot of stuff that I like. The world itself is beautiful. The graphics are really astounding. Everything moves really nicely. It's got a great feel to it. It has an awful lot of layers to the gameplay. One might argue maybe slightly too many, because the customization is huge. Not only can you customize what you wear, but also you can add add-ons to different parts. Like, say you're choosing your outfit for your top half and your bottom half, and your shoulder pads as well, your face, your head, and each of those parts can be customized with extra little add-ons as well. And so there is a lot there. I've kind of got, at my point in the game, I'm quite a few hours into it. It's like 15, level 28, maybe 15, 18 hours in, and level 28 I think currently. And I've kind of got a setup in terms of my armor and my abilities, my weapons. Of course, you even mentioned the weapons. That's another huge part, you know, ranged weapons or hand weapons, single-handed, double-handed. Yeah, there's a lot to it, but I've got a setup which really works for me. And I've tried to change that setup now, but I can't really find anything that works any better. So even though there's always customization on offer, I haven't changed my character's apparel or weapons for quite a long time now, because nothing I changed to seems to be as good as what I've got now. That may change later on in the game, but I do feel I've done a substantial chunk of the game already. I think you can complete probably the main story quest in about 25 hours or something like that from what I've read online, but I would get sidetracked with side quests on my way to another objective, and I think that's where a lot of the meat of the game is. I think you could potentially rush through, but there's so much in this world that I think you'd do yourself a disservice if you didn't see it all. Atmosphere is great. It's like a Chinese kung fu adventure atmosphere, but also with elements of Fallout. It's post-apocalyptic type areas, but then also you get some lovely like forest areas as well, which is something I really like about Fallout 76 actually, because you've got a mix of the both, as you do here. Some areas are beautiful, and there's a strong theme of considering the environment and our need to look after the environment, otherwise things are going to go wrong and we won't be able to survive on this beautiful planet if we don't do something about it. So that is a strong theme of Biomutant. Also, I think I could talk for a long while about Biomutant because there's so much to discuss, but I'd say if you like me, like games with a lot of personality, a lot of fantastic design, great, tight, enjoyable open world gameplay, then Parry is fantastic in so many, to so many degrees. It's quite astounding, and I keep coming back to it. But as I say, there's almost too much there at the same time. So yeah, I would give it a very high score. If I was to rate games out of 10, I would give it a high score. I can't say exactly how much. I am going to finish Biomutant. It's not every game that I will get so pulled into, but I think it's absolutely astounding. It's an amazing achievement, and I think it's a travesty this game hasn't been appreciated more, because it has had some sort of middling to above average reviews, and I fail to see what's just above average about this game. It's an incredible achievement. So I'm going to have to leave it there for now, but thanks so much for checking out the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like it, give it a like, and if you want to see more of this kind of thing, then please subscribe to the channel. So until next time, it's goodbye and game on.